Hello, Libra. It's umomgtarot, and this is your Someone Secretly Talking About You tarot card reading. Let's have a look at who we're talking about, and then we'll dive right into what they be saying. Okay, if you'd like your own personal reading with me, please check out the description. There's a link to my website for all those instructions there. And yeah, let's get into your reading. Alright, so this time around, Libra, who are we dealing with? Who's talking about you? Well, we've got Leo talking. They're doing the gum flapping about you. And you know this because the energy is flamboyant, dramatic, proud, and passionate. It focuses on the importance of self-belief. This person has an ego. They have confidence to them. It's not a bad thing, but is it good for you? The cockiness, the arrogance, the grandiosity? I don't know. My grammar not so good. My grammar not so good. Alright, so then we go to Virgo energy, and the energy around you is dutiful, hesitant, and humble. With a discriminating, diligent, and painstaking air, we have Virgo energy, and that is just, I mean, we're going in order now. Look at that. They be talking about you. You know it's very secretive when a Virgo talks about you, right? It's behind your back. It's to, like, right behind your back. Like, literally you're right in the corner over there, and they just have to say that stuff. But they're very conservative, very quiet, so they try not to get involved in drama, but they do, you know, they do say some stuff. Alright, so then we have Cancer energy, and the energy is emotional, sensitive, caring, and loving. It may concern family, a mother, or a child. Alright, so we have some sensitive energy up in here with Virgo and Cancer. But Cancer is a little more sensitive, a little more moody. Leo, I think, is just as sensitive, but a little more reactive. That's where we focus on the reaction to that sensitivity. But I feel like across the board we have different shows of that emotional side of the person. So this person talking about you, hey, it could go anywhere. It could be a matter of ego. I said it because I was mad. I said it because I wanted to assert my dominance. I said this, I said that. I was emotional. Come on, forgive me. Just let it go. It could be any of that stuff. So let us have a look at the tarot and see what that was about. Like, why on earth is this Leo, Virgo, Cancer combination talking about our dear friend, the Libra? Why? What's going on? Let's have a look. Alright, your first card here we have is the Queen of Cups. So you already know they're in their feelings. Then we have the Two of Wands, and we see that pondering there. I feel like I'm in my feelings now. I'm checking my whole life. I'm having an existential crisis. Then we have the Lovers showing up in reverse, giving us that major arcana energy, that theme, that thrill, oof, that bigger wave of energy. And then we have the Hangman, which is interesting as well. Next to these Lovers, we have Hangman. Okay, so that's good. And finally, we have the Five of Wands in reverse. So I feel like I'm seeing a situation of somebody gearing up to tell an old tale, or a current tale, but I think old tale. Just because I think the last three cards are indicating that. We have that soulmate energy with the Lovers in reverse. This is about a heart-centered decision, but this card is in reverse, so I'm feeling like there was a decision that was made that maybe was like selfish or not for the best interest of both people involved. It was not made with the heart. It was not made with a clean and happy and healthy heart. It could have been malicious. It didn't have to be malicious, but it could be reckless. More reckless than malicious, I would say. And so that might be the biggest theme of this dynamic with this person. This person talking about you, I think you have this history with them where, I mean, were hearts broken? Maybe. I feel like it might be a history of competition and, you know, winners and losers, and the discussion of that and the perspective of that. Oh, they cheated. Or they only chose this person because, you know, they got the blah blah blah, and that's not even fair because I got my bachelor thing the year before, but it just didn't have that program or software in the training, so then I was at a disadvantage, and it wasn't like, you know what I mean, the logistics of it all. But the decision was hurtful as a matter of perspective between the two of you. We see the Hangman there, and the Hangman is usually somebody who is stuck in the same place, and a lot of the time it's like you're already on the path, you're on the journey, you're making progress, but you stay stuck in this one spot because you can't get your head out of telling the same story. It's like when some drama goes down at work and you just keep telling that story over and over, and then it's like, okay, you know what, it was a long time ago, just let it go, let's move forward. But like you keep talking about it and talking about it and talking about it, and it just kind of holds you in that same state, even though things have changed drastically since then. It holds you in that same place. Now the hangman, the moral of the story of the hangman here in this situation is that this person is talking about something that has happened a long time ago that doesn't even have any weight right now. A decision from the past that was made, one that they may regret, one that they felt like was unfair to them. They may be telling that story over and over again, holding themselves in that same place given on that topic. I feel like it may have had to do with competition. This is why I feel like it may be work related. It could be a relationship related. They chose somebody else. Because of this Five of Wands here, that is about competition. But competition is upright when you know that you have competition. When you don't know that there's other people in the picture, it feels a little shady. It feels a little reversaled. No? Yes? No? Feels like you've been bamboozled to some degree, which would feel a little unfair as far as decision making. Like, you know, when somebody's like, I don't know if I want a relationship or not, or yes or no, or yes or no. And meanwhile, they have like 10 different relationships, and you're like, okay, well, forget you. You're cut off. You're done. I never knew you. You don't exist. Right? And so they could be like, oh crap, now I let that one get away, and I should have just been clear about where I was. I handled that selfishly because I didn't want to deal with drama, and I ended up creating, like, you know, when you have those realizations, I feel like this person is talking about the whole situation. Like your part in it, their part in it, regardless of what position you played. I feel like what they were aiming for, or what they like the preface of this all happening is because they weren't being clear about their intentions. And I think that because we have the Queen of Cups here, there's this need to take care of yourself. There's this need to put yourself first on the nurture front, and there may be a deficit of that for them, and they may have, you know, tried to put themselves first, but not realizing it's more of in an ego way. It's not in this watery self-nurture, self-care way. It's in a let me have my cake and eat it too way, and YOLO way. And like it doesn't have to be. You can take care of yourself without being just detrimental to other people, if you're honest, or if you know what I mean. And even if that does cause some detriment, it's a lesson. It's not necessarily. All you could be is honest and true, and let people deal with their own emotions after that. But if you choose not to, then that, you know, it's not the most integrous way of going about things. But I feel like this person that wants to talk to you just wants to sort it all out. Maybe they need to hear it all out. They need to hear it out loud. Maybe you were the one that didn't put up with that. You're just like, whatever. I'm not trying to be competition. Bye-bye. And all the other competition was like, yes, now there's one less. Maybe they all lost either way. And you're just like, well, at least I don't have all this long-term drama associated, so in the long run I end up better. But anyways, the fact of the matter is, this Two of Wands, this shows us that this indication of wondering what is out there. Crossing the threshold from the past to the future, wanting to start a new chapter, all of a sudden out of nowhere, wanting to put the energy into starting a new chapter. Again, it could be unbeknownst to you because the Lovers here is in reverse, and it's next to this card where you're in a relationship, you're in the middle of a relationship, you're in the middle of a duality right there, and it's like you're looking at them as opposition. Like, if I have you, then it holds me back from this other stuff. If I do this other stuff, then it holds me back from you. And like seeing a clear path of I got to do one or the other. And it's like if you didn't win, it's like there's your answer. Like, this person doesn't care enough, not passionate enough. And also, a lot of it has to do with self-care. It's like, was I trying to be mean, or was I trying to do what's right for me? Or was I trying to be honest with myself and say, this is what I want, like, this is what I want to have, whether it hurts feelings or not? It just feels like this person's trying to sort all of this out, and they may be doing that about you, talking about you, because you may have been a bigger position, or have a lot of meaning in what you've done in this relationship. Maybe you didn't tolerate it, and they're talking about that, and they're like, this is probably for the best because I respect her the most now, or him. And maybe whatever position you played, whatever intuitive move you went with, and rooted in self-value, I would say, I think that this person is maybe talking about that and carrying that. I think trying to learn something, because again, if we're sticking in the same spot by thinking the same, we're not really moving forward, we're not getting ahead. Maybe they need to sort out their thoughts out loud and talk about it with somebody, and that's where you come in. Could be talking about you with you. They could be talking about you to someone else, and maybe that person will clarify or help make things make sense. Imagine if it was like a mutual or something. That'd be cool. Because I think this person at the end of the day is trying to carve a new path, trying to reevaluate the old things that they've done, or the things that have been done to them, and try to kind of eliminate the possibility of the certain things happening again, trying to be better, trying to grow. Because this person has sensitivity now. Maybe they weren't as sensitive before. Maybe they're way more sensitive now. All right. So there it is. That is your reading. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment, share the video, and if you'd like your own personal reading, please check out the description. There's a link to my website as well as a link to my Etsy shop. And yeah, I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.